Okay, changing the gear oil in your 5-speed transmission is pretty simple. Basically, there's a fill hole and a drain. I'm going to show, this is a Ford Ranger. This happens to be an 87 Ford Ranger, but they're all pretty much the same. This is the fill plug. This will back out. You can take an adjustable wrench if you don't have one of those square head sockets. Put one of these, will fit right on there. Good idea is to loosen that up, which I already did. Here's the fill plug on the bottom, just like an oil pan. Drain bolt. You want to back this out. I got my pan here to catch the oil, the gear oil. Thread this out here. There's the old gear oil coming out. Doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look too good, but it doesn't look as bad as I thought it might. It's been a long time. Alright. Let me show you this here. It's filling up in the pan. Now I'm going to back out the drain plug, help it drain a little better. I mean the fill plug, which is up here. Okay, so we got the fill plug. Now that's magnetic. It's important to clean this stuff up because it does have some small metal filings from normal wear. Let me show you here. Take a look at that. You see those filings on there. The camera will focus. There we go. So I'm going to take a rag and clean that up. Bring that out here. See all that gunk? We want to clean that off real well before it goes back in. It's not uncommon to see some small metal filings on there when you do this, especially if it's been a while. If you see some major chunks of metal, that could be a further issue. I'm not having any transmission problems. I'm just doing this as preventive maintenance because it's been so long. Okay, I'm going to get some cleaner and spray that out. There's still some little bit of gunk in there. That's focusing. Okay, I'm going to clean that a little bit better and then we'll come back. Okay, now what I've done here is clean everything up. As you can see, it's much cleaner. Got all the debris off. The gear oil's pretty much all drained out. It's down to a few drips. So all we do now is thread the drain bolt back in. Sorry for the shaking, I'm doing this one-handed here. I'll thread this in, as you can see. What I like to do is get it almost all the way in hand tight and then just turn it back and forth a few times just to clear the threads in case there's some debris in there. I got this one pretty good, but you don't want anything getting hung up. And I snug it. I take a clean cloth, just wipe it dry, make sure there's no oil there. And we'll just put our socket on and torque it down to the proper specs. You don't want to over tighten. It doesn't have to be super tight. But you have to check the specs on your transmission. I kind of know just from doing it all these years. Okay, snug but not too snug. Now we take the bottle of gear oil, which is right here. Okay, it has this nipple on it here. I'm just using this brand here because I don't use this truck for any heavy duty towing or hauling. Okay, so here's the bottle of gear oil. We're using 80W90 for this particular application. I've taken this off the top. There's a seal under there. Okay, you got to remove that seal or you're not going to get any oil out. And then take some cutters and cut the tip of that off. Okay, so there's a small hole there. See that? Okay, this is what it looks like when it's new. Okay, so you cut that tip off just like a caulk gun. Okay, now what you need to do is come under here. It's a little challenging to do one-handed, but go up to the fill hole. Move this out of the way. Get some light on it. Okay, let's get up in there. Okay. Now they make pumps with this if you don't have access. Okay, if you can't get this in there to squirt this in, you get a small pump and you can pump it in. What you do is fill this basically to the bottom of that hole, right to the bottom here. It'll just start to pour out, just seep out a little bit. That's how you know it's full. You need to be on level ground. Okay, and then all we do is put the plug back in and take it for a test drive. So I hope that helped somebody out. And take it easy.